similar house. And after my floor plans were approved, they were given to Potricus Brothers Builders. The brothers studied the plans and they began to meticulously construct this house. By early September, my exterior walls and roof were completed and work began on my inside. This was not a very pleasant time because I began to experience many problems. Concrete and supply shortages, labor disputes, and the winter of 1978 and 79 was one of the worst on record. The snow was so deep that the contractors couldn't get in to complete the house. I was cold all winter long because I had one small electric furnace heating my 2 floors. By the end of February, I was near completion and my well was installed. A couple days later, it began to rain heavily and the snow began to melt. Over 3 feet of water filled my basement. In March, the Soda family was making their final plans to move in, and they ordered my new appliances. On the weekend before delivery, another catastrophic event happened. A 3-inch water pipe broke in the warehouse where my appliances were being stored, and they were all damaged. So the Sodas had to order new appliances. Finally, my family moved in, and everyone loved me. In the spring, there was still much work that had to be done, especially outside. My acre lot was graded with topsoil and grass seed. Then another problem occurred. It didn't rain for about 5 weeks. I felt sorry for Kathy because she had to water that lawn and at the same time take care of 3 active boys. Kevin, Jay, and Justin could be a handful. I can remember having lots of mud on my floors. Many fond memories of the past 40 years. I always look forward to having Grandma Lasoda, Grandma Hilber, and Grandpa Hilber visit. One time at Thanksgiving, they had to leave their car at the bottom of my hill and walk the rest of the way because the snow was so deep and the road was very slippery. I enjoyed kids' birthdays, homecomings, proms, graduations, watching Uncle Bud and Jimmy build my deck. Jimmy must have liked doing this work so much because 36 years later he did it again. Wedding and baby showers. I especially remember Carrie's wedding shower. Everyone was stranded at our house because of a severe snowstorm. The Lasoda pets were sometimes left unwanted messes on my floors, in my yard, and in other places. I think I can still remember them all. Muffin, Rocky, Molly, Bailey, Groucho, Charlie, and Katie. Justin and Liz's backyard wedding celebration. Watching basketball games in my driveway. Taking care of visiting pets. Sam, the great-looking lab who always got into trouble. Barkley, the big grumpy hairy cat who climbed up into my artificial Christmas tree and also got stuck in my heating ducts. Peyton, who loves to dig holes and can never sit still. Rosie, who loves to hunt. One time she almost killed a possum in my yard. I haven't quite figured out Gus. Another good-looking lab, but I think he has some of Sam's traits. Subdivision round-robin parties, New Year's Eve parties, watching everyone ice skate on Olson's Pond. Once I really got frightened during a severe storm because I lost part of my roof and I thought Kevin blew away. Turning my basement into a haunted house. The sounds of Kevin playing the piano on the side of Muffin lying next to him. The time Jay's lamp tipped over and burned a hole in my carpeting. I thought I was going to start a fire. Justin walking across my floor on his hands, showing off in front of Jay and Kevin's friends. Seeing Santa Claus walk through our backyard. Whoa. The occasional sounds of a trumpet, saxophone, and a tuba. I don't think the boys practice very much. Watching the kids ride their big wheels and bikes down my hill. Kathy sleeping on my floor next to Justin's crib or bed. As Kevin, Jay, and Justin grew older and they went off to college, I began to miss all of the noise and activity. But then one day I began to hear crying and became excited because Grace came to visit for the very first time. Then about 2 years later, I heard another baby crying and I found out her name was Audrey. Several months later, another baby joined the Lasoda family and his name was Beckett. He definitely had the loudest cry. I was overjoyed because once again I had 3 young children to watch grow up. It seems like they always like to visit because I have so many places for them to play hide and seek, just like their dads did. They also enjoy sliding down my hills in the winter and playing in my backyard. I always look forward to Christmas because I knew that many of the nieces and nephews would visit with moms and dads. Karen and Don would bring Jesse and Nicole. Dick and Lynn would bring Nick and Dan. Jim and Nancy would bring Jamie, Tim, Erica, and Michael. Tom and Lois would bring Stephen and Ellen. Over the last several years, I was happy to meet many new people who have become part of the Lesota family. Jordan, Riel, Lucas, Cassie, Kinsley, Ronnie and Ezra, Callie. I heard she just had a baby boy and his name is Leon. Looking forward to meeting them. Several months ago, I overheard a conversation between Kathy and Jeff. I became upset because they said I was going to be sold. They were making plans to move into a condo next year. Even though I'm very sad, I'm also grateful for all the time that I have spent with the Lesota family. In closing, I'd like to propose a toast, so get your glass up high. As a thank you for all of the time, fun, love, and care that I've experienced. I really have enjoyed being part of the Lesota, Hilger, Kleineider, Walsh, and Smith families. During this journey, you have all helped me grow from just being a house to growing to be a warm, friendly home. I hope that Kathy and Jeff's new condo has the same fun and loving experience that I have had. Please raise your glass. I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy, prosperous and new year. And God bless Jeff and Kathy's new condo. Thanks, everyone.